Thank you for joining me on a boring bayou cruise in the Hollywood Canal next to Lake Long, Louisiana in Berg. Mostly playing around. I did bring a fishing line. I'm mostly just testing the boat out. Alright, welcome back. We're riding a few hours. We're in the Intracoastal Waterway. That is the town of La Rose, Louisiana. I launched in Berg, Texas Gulf. My finger's in the way again. Anyway, I'm just burning gas. So far I burned about 4 gallons playing around. Launched in Texas Gulf, as I said. Jumped the canal. I went to Lake Long. I went down the Hollywood Canal as far as I could go. And I turned around and went to Lake Fields, went to do some fishing. Ain't catch nothing. Then I left Lake Fields and took a left on the Intercoastal. And I decided, let me go to La Rose. That's a long run. Be a good run to test the reliability of this motor. So far she's doing great. No issues. I wish I had the cover. I'd quiet the noise down if I had the cap. And I lost power to my switch panel. Hit some hard waves, bad connection, so I no longer have my depth finder, which I really don't need, but it's nice to have a depth finder. So I guess my next step is to redo all this wiring on the boat. Besides that, I'm really enjoying the boat. Got free time, day off. Way back there, there's a lot of big cypress trees. I would love to get in there, but someone's private property way up there. So if I can, in the next couple of days, if weather and time and work schedule allows, I'm gonna go to Lake Pellure, Louisiana. I've always wanted to go ride that lake with a boat, never have. Since everything's working out with this boat, I guess I'll try to schedule a trip out there. Lake Pellure is surrounded by cypress swamps. I've seen lots of pictures, it's beautiful. I may bring my other boat as well if I can get someone to come with me and drive my little boat. And I'll drive this one, where we can park this one and use my little boat to go explore inside the cypress swamps. I don't think there's not bad to bring a pontoon inside cypress swamps. Yeah, that's what I'm doing today, just cruising around. Not much to see. It's the Intracoastal Waterway. Not a lot of boat traffic today on a Sunday either. I met up with a few fishermen. One group of kids pulling skis, wakeboarding, hydro sliding. Trawl boat I've been following for miles. One tugboat pushing 4 barges. That's about it. So, I mean, it'll be a boring video for me to video the whole ride because look, I've been riding for hours already. So I'm getting closer into the town of La Rose, and I may shoot some video. There's a few shipyards there, training facilities. We'll see what we get to when we get there. Alright, we're at Bounds Shipyard in La Rose. A lot of offshore supply vessels. Boundaries, there's a lot for the oil field on the Gulf Coast. But we are in the town of La Rose, Louisiana. I don't know if the shipyard's working today. Someone's here. I saw someone riding a golf cart. These are offshore supply vessels, and those are crew boats. Crew boats basically do the same thing. They both can carry loads, but crew boats are a lot faster. The name of that one is called the Fast Titan. That boat probably runs a good 35 knots maybe. Probably carry 100 people and tons of cargo. These boats are a lot slower. but they can carry a lot of weight. Sometimes they're used to move anchors on all rigs, anchor vessels. Most time they're just supply vessels. They can go out for a month at a time, if not longer. Ocean going, Gulf, they go in the Gulf around here, but they're ocean capable. Some big boats. A lot of fuel. Take that out on a weekend trip. I'll bring you back in a minute. It looks like there's a big houseboat someone started to build and never finished it. Alright, this is either a scrap yard or a repair yard. Maybe part of Boundaries, I'm not quite sure. It's a 2-story all steel. It looks like it's either going to be a houseboat or a set of living quarters. Or it was at one time in its life, or it was going to be. It never got finished. A lot of money to build something like that. And this is a U.S. Army boat. I don't know if it's being cut up for scrap or repaired. Kind of looks like it's being cut up. Maybe not though. Maybe they had to cut windows to get the engines in and out. Cut windows and cut through floors. Maybe it's going through a complete remodel. I don't know. Don't know the story behind it. I'll have to do some Google searching. It looks like a military supply vessel. On the front has a ramp. Looks like a drop down loading ramp. Yes it does. It's a big landing craft. Pretty neat. And I believe this is Halliburton on the Rose. I'll bring you back in a minute. Get the offload barges of rocks here. You get the end of Burger Rose Highway right before it turns onto what's known as the 4-lane. There's one of the last few big facilities you see, and there's a little shipyard a little further down over here. I don't remember the name of it. The bridge we're coming up on is the West La Rose Bridge. I forget the name of the street it's on, maybe West 5th Street, not quite sure. Looks like there's some traffic congestion in there. There's a tug in the bars, I don't know what he's doing. A couple small boats and a trawl boat all trying to get through at the same time, so I'm gonna have to wait our turn. Vessel, I don't know what it is, maybe a pipe laying vessel. There's it's a derrick, it's a portable oil rig, a drilling ship. Crossing the drilling ship, we have some floating dry docks. If you don't know what dry docks are, they sink down, you float a boat in, and you pump it up. So the boat worked on. Still waiting on traffic in the bridge. Cut it back to idle. The tug's taking its good old time, which it should be. After this bridge, we're going to cross into Bahia Lafouche. At that point, I can turn up or down Bahia Lafouche. If I turn right, it'll take me pretty much to Grand Isle. If I turn left, it'll take me to the town of Thibodeau. A couple other towns in between, but that's where Lafourche runs. And if I keep going straight, it'll lead me to Lake Salvador, which will eventually lead me to, I want to say, the Algiers locks and into the Mississippi, but we're not doing that today. I'm not sure how much further I'm gonna go. I may cross the bridge, I may not. Is the boat gonna make it? Yeah, he's gonna. Oh yeah, a lot of clearance. Bridge probably gonna start closing. It doesn't have to stay open for me. I have plenty of height. The bridge may wait till I pass. All boats gonna pass up the tug. We may or may not do the same. We may just lag behind, turn around the Lafourche crossing. Y'all for coming on this little trip to the Rose. I want to show you more, but you know how much longer I'm going to stay. I guess we'll see what it's told my turn. Alright, I made it to Bay Lafourche. There's a locks to Bay Lafourche, so if I wanted to go to Grand Isle, I would have to call the locks, which is not a problem. I do have the radio. But we're not going to Grand Isle. Not today. We're home a boat ride from where I'm at. Except if I go straight that way, it'll bring me to New Orleans. If I go that way, it brings me up the bayou, all the way into the Thibodeau area. I think we'll call it a day and turn back around. Start heading back. We got a long ride from La Rose to Houma. In a pontoon boat. I kept it about 32 RPM, burning about, I don't know, three gallons of gas just for this part of the journey. About 5 gallons total. And at 32 RPM, it puts me about, I want to say 15 mile an hour, which I'm comfortable with. I had a lot of fun, and if anything else comes up on this little trip back, I'll video it, but I probably got an hour and a half, 2 hour ride back. See y'all in a little bit, or maybe I won't. Stumbled across some horses. I guess it's somebody's pasture. Nice little area, some shade. 3 of them. Check this thing out. It looks like a concrete barge that was sunk. Or maybe been a steel barge at one time. They filled the concrete and all the steel's gone. I don't know. There was a metal building on it that's just crushed and demolished. It was a couple miles before the Rose and then the coastal. Looks like it might be a good fishing area too. Maybe I'll take a few casts. I'm sure there's some stuff in the water here. I don't know if I'm gonna go any further. See these pipes sticking up? At one time the pipes went all the way across, and there was a fence with a gate to keep people out. Probably private property, private canal. I mean, I could probably creep on over and inch towards it, but it's not that important. It looks like oh wow, some oil. Somebody come dump some motor oil right there. Sure is what it looks like. It might be old dried up paint, I don't know. Sorry, I assumed there was motor oil. It may not be motor oil. Actually, I think this whole barge is concrete. Yeah, it was a concrete barge. It's hollow on the inside. I see the open manhole cover that goes down the side. Sorry, I had you zoomed in too much. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. Something different. Let me get back to it. All right, we made it back on the roads. This way is Berg. That's where I launched at. This way was Lake Fields, which is on the edge of Lockport. So I went to Lockport this morning. We just went to La Rose. That's Berg, to go back to the launch. That way is Houma. It's got a couple gallons of gas left, plus 5-gallon reserve. So it's only 4 in the afternoon. So hey, let's go to Houma a little bit. Let's go visit Houma. This is Berg Dry Dock Shipyard. We're coming up on another little town called Bayou Blue. Up ahead, where those right before those cranes, a bridge, a Bayou Blue pontoon. It's always broken. I'm sure it's broken right now. It's been down for a while. Yeah, I'll bring you back in a minute. We've reached the Bayou Blue pontoon bridge. The next bridge we're going to cross underneath is Prospect Boulevard, and when I get to Prospect, that's in Houma. I'll probably just turn around there, although I could make the wrap around Houma, pass under the twin spans by the hospital, and there's a marina under the twin spans. We have a nice little trawler coming through right here. There's a pontoon bridge. There's the bridge part you drive on is floating right here. It swings. Like a Defeaver. Yeah. Nice boat. One day I'll be in something like that, but for now I'm happy with this. The bridge is closed for repairs and maintenance. The barge actually sunk a few months ago. It was, I don't know what happened with it. Apparently it had a leak. Up on the right is Main Ironworks Shipyard. And across, I believe, was Weeks Marine, their storage yard. Boats and barges right here, mostly work boats and work barges, not really ships. There's a guy that owned a tugboat company, bought this yard out just to build his own boats, and he does boats for other customers as well. He also has a dry dock. He's got a lot of things going on. There's an offshore supply vessel moored here. Couple floating dry docks, big cranes. Offshore tug, ocean going. got some weeds in the wheel behind the motor. Yeah, it's an offshore tug. Like ocean going, man. It's a big girl. Lord, she went gear hard. I didn't let her down. I'm gonna bring you back in a little bit. You might see some cows. Like I do see some cows in the water. Let's go say hello. Alright. Got some cows. So remember to marinate your hamburgers. Fresh intercoastal water. Oh, that was dropping the deuce, man. Awesome. That's some big ones. Couple more miles to Houma. Sealand Marine. Looks like they're building floodgates. Getting ready to pass the tow. Cooling off. That's how you beat the heat. Cool your meat. The Buff Brothers towing. Pushing some Gonzaland barges. Some empties. Definitely want to stay out of his way and not cross in front of him. We made it to Houma. There's Prospect Overpass, but we're going to take a detour right here on the left. There's a steam stern wheeler that's for sale. It needs a complete restore. It's called the Delta Queen. You can look it up. It's got a lot of history. I've passed by it a few times in my videos, but while I'm right here, you might as well go see old girl. I'd love to take a tour of it. There's no set price on it. They're open for offers. It's an actual steam powered stern wheeler. I don't remember the exact history. They built Delta Queen, Delta King. Delta King has been fully restored and still in service. The investors who own it were hoping to restore it, but it's, you're talking millions of dollars to restore this vessel. I'll bring you back in a minute. All right, here we have the steam-powered stern wheeler, Delta Queen. It'd be nice to take a tour of her. She's in pretty bad shape. She's a steel hull with a wooden superstructure. The investors a few years ago were trying to get a grant to get a new boiler and do a restore, but for whatever reason it didn't go through. Port of Cincinnati, Ohio. I think at one time the history of this one, she went over to Oregon, came down the California coast, through the Panama Canal. I think they even done some work for the military, transporting things and goods. Don't quote me on that history. You have to look it up yourself. I'm pretty sure that's what I read about her. She has about a 10-foot draft. She is massive. She is for sale. Go ahead and make your offers. All right, we're gonna turn her around. Delta Queen. What a beauty she was in her day. Wonder how many people over the years come try to break in and just dig around, see what they got. I forget the year she was made, maybe in 1930s. I'm about to look it up. I'm going to do some reading up on them. Well, thank y'all for stopping by. I think we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna head back to Berg and go pick up. It's been a long day riding. Still got a little bit of fuel left. Probably burn about 8 gallons today. But I came to Berg. I went to Lockport. I went to La Rose, and I just shot on up past Berg to come to Houma. I'm gonna go back to Berg. We're gonna put it in the trailer, call it good. Thank y'all for coming along on this little trip. It was mostly about just testing this boat out, seeing how reliable this 50 Yamaha turned out to be. I'm very happy with it. No complaints. I'm really impressed with the fuel consumption. I've been riding for quite a few hours. At about 3,200 RPM. I can only turn a max of 4,000 RPMs, and my wheel is too big. But anyway, I'm rambling. That concludes this test ride. I'm heading back to the launch, unless I run out of gas before I get there. See y'all later. And we're back in Texas Gulf. Still got some gas to spare. 5 gallons still full. Oh, and I probably got a gallon and a half left in the 12-gallon tank. Successfully burned 12 gallons today. Thank y'all for viewing.